two, one, two, three, four.
Hey everybody, Deborah King Live. So glad to see you. Come have just a great time with us today and sing, and let's get started.
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. If you ride it, you must be holy. This train is bound for glory. This
Train don't pull no extras. This train don't pull no extras. This train is bound for glory. Don't pull nothing but the midnight special. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train don't pull no jokers. This train don't pull no jokers. This train don't pull no sleepers. Don't pull nothing but the righteous people. This train is bound for glory. This train.
All right, we're off to a rousing start. So if you want to get in touch with me today, I'd love to work with you personally on whatever your issue might be at this time. You just call my little red phone. It's 1-888-DEB-SHOW. Or you can call the international number if you're out of the country. Out of the U.S., it's deborahking.com/DEB-SHOW. Love to help you. And, while you're waiting, you can click the share button right here on Facebook. And bring in your family and friends, and we'll all have a really good time together. So I want to say a few words here just to kind of get us all focused. So let's just all drop in for a minute. And let's just be in a state of gratitude, right? I have so much to be grateful for, and I know you do too. There's our friends, all your loved ones, your pets. I'm always so grateful just for the weather alone, right? For this amazing planet that we're on. We're so thankful for all the guidance we get from above, from our guardian angels and ascended masters and any divine figure you may like to connect with and work with. Just that we're in a state of gratitude really all day long, right? We're so lucky just to be here. All right, let's take a second. I'll introduce the band here. So we got Jack Lee, our music director over here on keyboard and guitar, and Lois Mahalia, our lead singer, and love working with Lois. It's so much fun. And we've got Allie Clark behind me on vocals, big addition to us. J.B. White over here is on voice and bass guitar and other things. He's so talented. And our friend Myron back here on vocals, and he's so helpful behind the scenes with the cameras. And James Antunes, our drummer, and boy has he got a voice, right? And then we just love having Dave Telegian. He's been such an addition. He's got three horns he's mastered. It's really incredible. All right, so I'm still on this Irish kick. I got to thinking about my grandfather who used to sing. He lived with us, and my mother's dad, he was very Irish. Had a huge drinking problem, of course. Kind of went with being Irish, right? But when sober or not, he could really sing, and I remember him singing Danny Boy. So the lyrics are right here for you on Facebook. Sing with us, will you? This is such a sweet song.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must buy. But call me back when summer's in the meadow, all the valleys touched and white with snow. It's all we there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But call me back when summer's in the meadow, or all the valleys hushed and white with snow. It's hardly there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Isn't that a sweet song? And if you've got some Irish in you, you know, Facebook me your favorite Irish tune and we'll do it soon, okay? I just love them, don't you? So I have a really interesting topic I want to talk to you about today, and let's get started on that, all right? So today I want to talk about intentionality. You know, I'm always urging people to really be more intentional, and it's such a vague term, right? So today I'm going to dive really deep in on it because Henry Ford really succinctly expressed it the best. He said, whatever you think you can or think you can't do, you're right. I mean, just think about that for a minute. So what he's saying is, if we give ourselves permission to do something, we'll achieve it, and if we don't, we won't. If we think we can't, we'll fail, or we'll decline really engaging, right? And then we have an excuse. We have a dozen excuses why we didn't pull it off. But if your vibrational frequency was different, you'd achieve it, I promise you. So, you know, as it turns out, the old truism that our minds create our reality, it's true, right? It's 100% true. We manifest whatever we want to achieve, and it's whenever we decide on a course of action. Now, my father used to really wisely mention, I practiced law with him for a long time, and he used to say, and he was older when I went into practice with him. He was already in his 60s. He used to wisely tell me that most people make decisions by not making a decision. That is, they don't take action, and that is their decision. You don't want to be one of those, right? So when you tap into universal mind, source, God, whatever word you like to use, your understanding of reality expands exponentially, and you realize that mental barriers are merely illusionary. Truly they are. They're not a physical roadblock. They're not a wall. Most barriers between you and what you want, your cherished goal, are only as real as you make them or as you allow them. So if somebody else has achieved what you want, your goal is achievable. I will grant that if it's something no one on the planet has ever done before, that puts it more out of reach and harder to achieve, because we have this thing about, well, if somebody else did it, it's possible. So, for example, Roger Bannister, he ran a mile in under 4 minutes for the first time 62 years ago, but within just several years, several people had accomplished the same thing. No one had before, but once he did it, see, he put the road in, and other people got on it. And some 1,300 people have done that, and have beaten his record now, just because they can, right? Well, how about Jane Goodall? She's interesting. She's the first woman to study wild primates. In her case, she studied the chimpanzees. She's fascinating, by the way. And she went to their native habitat to do it. Now, nearly everything she discovered in her studies, her lifelong studies of these animals, was new to science. In fact, it was distinctly opposite of what science had believed, because they hadn't studied them, right? And once she proved that a woman could study science, form scientific new data, and live by herself in the jungle, guess who followed her? Diane Fossey, right, who studied gorillas, and then Barut Galdicus, who studied orangutans. So again, the road was put in. How about one of my favorite heroes, Alex Honnold? I don't know if you know about him. He's the free solo master of the universe. Now, I tried to climb El Cap in the 1980s, and I want to tell you about this before I tell you about Alex Honnold. So my husband Eric and I, and a third guy who was very skilled, we decided to climb El Cap, which was, at the time, the most serious rock climb in the world, right? And when we left the ground in Yosemite that morning, it was so hot. I remember I was in a little pair of shorts, and we were planning on probably a 5-day ascent, extremely dangerous, you know, and it was so hot as I went up, I realized the rock was burning the skin off my fingertips. You're trying to hold on, right, and your skin's being left on the rock. So the whole thing was pretty scary. Now, directly above us, there was another team of 3 men from Japan, three Japanese guys, and you could holler back and forth. You weren't that close, but, you know, you could make contact. And at the end of their first day, there's this outrageous pendulum. That means that you leave the point you're on and you swing across the rock, hopefully landing on a little nubbin over there. And if you take that move, you can't come back. The swing doesn't reverse. So you have to commit. And we 3 discussed it a lot, and you know, we're hanging off in space on some little, probably a piton in those days. And the Japanese climbers, they decided to go on up. We could hear them, and they made a decision that, you know, they'd spent all their money getting to the U.S. It was the end of the season. It was their last and only chance, blah, blah, blah. And so they went on up. We, on the other hand, we decided to descend. We didn't live very far away. We were Californians, close to Yosemite. And we were dangerously low on drinking water because it was so hot. We'd already used up a great deal of our water supply, you know. And so we decided to rappel down. Now, that sounds easy, right? But actually, descending is much harder than ascending a rock face. And so it was one of the most dangerous things I've ever done. And I was on such gratitude, speaking of gratitude, when I hit the ground. I was like, wow. And it was, I don't know, 11, 12 at night. That's another thing. You're not supposed to rappel in the dark because you come to the end of the rope and you don't know you're at the end of the rope. Anyway, we made it. And we were so exhausted, we just laid there on the ground. Well, when we woke up the next morning, a storm had come in over the mountain from the west. This was years before weather apps, right? And so we had no way of knowing there was a storm behind the mountain that we couldn't see approaching. The temperature dropped radically. It was the middle of October, so we were in an Indian summer. And by noon the next day, it was snowing hard, and there was just a tragedy. The 3 Japanese guys died above us from hypothermia because no one could reach them from the top down. They were too much in the middle of this gigantic mountain. So I want to tell you about Alex Arnold, though, who 3 years ago did something that mankind thought physically impossible. He climbed El Cap free solo. That means no rope, all by himself in under 4 hours. Now, when I heard this, I was just mind blown. I mean, he might as well have flown, right? I mean, it was just unbelievable. Well, you can bet somebody will follow in his footsteps. soon probably. And now we know it's doable. It makes it so much easier, right? By the way, if you haven't seen Free Solo, you can pick it up on the Disney Channel. It's a great documentary. Very inspiring. Now imagine the vibrational level it would take and the commitment and the mindset and the intentionality it would take for a high achievement like that. Just imagine. You have to be off the chart on a number of occasions to pursue and achieve a cherished goal like that. So, in a nutshell, vibrational energy plus your intuition plus your intentionality equals a successful outcome. You got to add all that stuff together. So the bodies of all animals, including ours, are composed of 60% water. Water, minerals, electrolytes. So since we're that much water, that pretty much explains why we can change our reality. It's very flexible, right? It's not like something that's inflexible. It's movable. It's changeable. So manifesting yourself a new reality and an outcome is within your control. I want to share a true story with you to illustrate this. So I have a student who, when she was a teenager, her name's Karen. She's at a parade, at the start of a parade, and her favorite TV actor happens to be in a convertible on the curb, and he makes visual contact with her, and they share a few words like, "Great to meet you," just a couple words. Well, this just blew her mind because this was her favorite TV actor. And so she went back to high school and she wrote a story about him for her English class. Well, the English teacher thought it was a pretty good story, and she said, "You should send it to the actor. He'd probably be pleased to read it. It was, well written." So he and his wife get it and they read it, and they submit it to a well-known TV magazine at the time, and the editor publishes it, and everybody's thrilled, and the actor writes a nice little note to Karen and thanks her, right? And she thanks him back. Okay, now, here's the weird part. Karen starts to have dreams at night about meeting this actor and his wife, who she's just briefly seen now, for like probably under 10 seconds. That the dreams segue into repetitive episodes where she's chatting with them, sitting in what looks like a living room and chatting about nondescript kind of day-to-day mundane things, like family, and she thinks it's pretty weird. She had no contact with this couple. 20 years goes by. But her mind kept prompting her, and that's why she dreamed about it at night. So the 20th anniversary of this show, well-known show, comes around, and Karen hears the actor's going to be at in her area at some kind of a celebration of the show. And now she's a pretty successful, decent writer. She's an adult with a writing career. And so she decides to go to this convention. She goes there. She meets him while she's there. They remember her. "Oh, you're the girl that wrote the TV Guide article," or whatever, And this is the unbelievable part. They give her their address. It's pretty wild, right? In Hollywood, and insist that she try to, come there. She lives in another state. And be sure to send other articles you've written. We want to, appreciate your writing. So you probably won't be surprised to know that Karen goes there, right? And begins this relationship, ends up becoming the actor's personal assistant. Isn't this a wild story? And literally moves to Hollywood. They form this father-daughter, uncle-niece kind of a relationship. She's also employed. She helps the wife, and she's there at his passing. So her dreams were all real. So Karen listened to her intuition. She listened to her dreams. She acted on them. She wasn't afraid. She went. First she mails the article. She does all the things that Spirit is guiding her to do. Plus, she's got gratitude the whole time for the little bit she gets, and then she gets more. So we want to be in gratitude. So the moral I guess if there is one to that story, is you and I, we need to pay attention to these promptings we get, these little hints we get from the spirit world. I still remember the day that, and I have for years, if you've followed me for a while, you've heard me say, oh, one day I'm going to retire and I'm going to form a girl rock band. Well, here we are. You see, I finally figured out I'm never going to be retiring. If I'm going to be in a band, I better do it now. And flash forward, the band. So listen to your divine guidance. Have as much fun as you can. Remember how short life is. Grab it, have some fun. Here's a little thing I thought of myself about my own experience. I'm left-handed, and back in the day when I was a child, left-handed was kind of almost like having a problem. And so lots of times you would be shut out because you were left-handed. So my mother sent me to tennis camp. I don't know, it's probably 10. And when I get there, the woman who runs the place goes, oh, I can't deal with you, you're left-handed. You'll never learn to play tennis. And I thought, well, that's pretty annoying. So then I became a really good tennis player, okay, just to show her. So get rid of your left-handed thinking, if you have any, and just know you can do whatever you want. I also decided to take up dressage, horses, when I was in my 40s. And I remember the young riding instructor came out and said, oh, you're too old to be trying this. And I went, you're too young to teach me. I ditched her. So get rid of the naysayers in your life. Just replace them. Don't listen to them, honestly. Listen to your own positive thoughts and get positive feedback and positive friends. There's a reason that you're thinking about something if you're passionate about it. There's really a reason. You're not dreaming. There's a reason. All right, I'm going to tell you a lot more, but let's go sing a song right now, okay? Okay,
All right.
let's go.
Everybody in the mood?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. I'm going to Louisiana, my own true love to see. It rained all night the day I left. The weather, it was dry. The sun so hot I froze to death. Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. 'Cause I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. I had this dream the other night when everything was still. I thought I saw Susanna then coming up the hill. A lemon cake was in her mouth, a tear was in her eye. I said, I'll be there soon, my love. Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. 'Cause I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Here we go. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. 'Cause I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. One more time. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. 'Cause I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee.
That was well worth a walk across the garden to sing that song with you guys. All right, back to where we were, talking about creating our own realities, huh? Okay, so let's ask ourselves which barriers we think we have, because again, they're very likely illusory. They really are. So can you remember who maybe gave you your first barrier? Usually a parent or a caregiver will tell you, you know, you can't because you're left-handed, or you can't because a teacher. I know so many people whose lives have practically been destroyed by their first teacher who didn't discover they couldn't see the blackboard, right? And so they're told they're stupid, they can't read, and they just can't see it. So you have to really ask yourself, you know, how much of this old messaging are you still buying into? And it's impacting you so dramatically in your life because it's keeping you from trying things you want to try, things you want to do. You want to have people who have your best interests at heart. People who maybe were worried, you know, you might have had parents who were worried that you were choosing too difficult a goal, or they were jealous of you. There's a lot of that goes on in families, okay? They might have steered you towards something else. It happens so much. So I see so many parents too heavily invested in their children's success in life that they guide them too much. They inadvertently steer them to a career path that maybe is not the right thing for them. So fulfilling somebody else's prophecy for you isn't the way to go. You have to stop now, wherever you are in life. You're definitely not too old to stop and just decide you want to do what you want to do. And don't wait till, you know, somebody's dead and gone for you to activate your own future. So there are ways to break through illusory barriers. First of all, again, you must listen to your own wisdom. You have to be quiet long enough to hear it, of course, and that's why I push meditation so hard. Because it isn't while you're meditating, if you're using a mantra-based meditation that I gave you, it's not while you're meditating that you get these great insights. It's right after, while you're walking the dog, doing the dishes, combing your grandchild's hair or something like that. You'll suddenly go, aha. So that's what meditation does for you. It clears out a lot of the stuff that's in the way so you can hear your own higher wisdom. You won't choose a path that's beyond your reach. I promise you, it's within reach. And that will help you raise your vibration. That's the next thing you need to do. Again, meditating will increase your vibratory rate. So does singing, by the way. That's why I like to sing. And so does yoga and any kind of intentional movement, Tai Chi, you know. So does walking, especially outdoors, especially in nature. One of the best things you can do if you want to achieve something is journal it or speak it, you know. Make a list of all the steps that you picture yourself taking to get where it is you want to go. Maybe you want to be a published author. You have to actually, you know, make a list, write it down, as well as say it out loud, preferably to a mirror. These are the 5 things I need to do. Make it real, make it present, so you actually feel to the core of your being where you're headed. The better you can be present in this visualization, makes you vibrate at the level of what you're visualizing. That's how Arnold, by the way, climbed El Cap. He spent years visualizing literally every inch of the climb till he had it just like inside of him. It's an incredible story. And none of this is magical. It feels magical, but it is your path. So take inspired action. Give yourself permission to pursue your life out loud, right? You know, full-throated. Don't always be pulling it back. Who cares what other people think? That's my new mantra. So set your intention. Use proactive, goal-affirming statements to get you to your goal. And doing these kind of things will really help you, I promise you. They will help keep your vibrational energy at a level that will be sufficiently robust to carry you along past anything that you perceived as a roadblock. Because see, the roadblock isn't real. Even physical limitations, I have never found them to be that big a deal, and I've had probably way more than you. One of my best courses that I taught for Mind Valley, I taught from a hospital bed, and I still think it's probably my best course. So forget physical limitations. I just don't think they really matter. You can just overcome them. So let me lead you right now on a little guided meditation, help you achieve maximum value from these insights that I've just given you. Well, let's drop them into our energy field, right? Good, good. So let's just close our eyes and slow everything down for a minute. Take a deep breath. Great. Take another deep breath and just relax and kick back for a moment and just let these words wash over you. So you are so grounded. From the energy from Mother Earth comes right up your legs and comes right up your core of your body. Picture the center of the earth. It's red, it's vibrant, it's pulsating, it's full of life, and you too are full of that life. You pull it right up through your feet. Beautiful. And this is taking you toward that cherished goal you have, incorporating this Mother Earth energy. Now move up above your waist. Let's look at some higher energy centers. We go up through your heart. And we go all the way up to your third eye, right in your forehead. And just feel it open and expand, and open and expand. This is your vision of you, of your future. This is where you create. Just allow that to happen. Welcome in all the spirit guides that can help you on this journey. Saints, shamans, maybe a spirit animal. Just feel that circular bubble of vibrating light that encompasses your whole body. It goes down below the ground, into the earth. It goes right up into the air above your head. This light is peaceful, it's benevolent, it's pulsing ever so gently. It invites you to just entrust yourself to it. This is your higher self. This is the best version of you. You're sitting inside of it all the time. It's there. Feel that love. Bring that love to yourself. Bring that energy and that potent intentionality right to you. So just embrace your cosmic wisdom that we're all sharing today. So the unified field is just, we're encompassed by it, we're part of it. It's the field of all knowledge and grace. It's available to us at any time. You just have to reach out for it. Just join me and intend to embrace it. Know that it's inside of you, it's above you, it's below you, it's part of you. So you can accept Spirit's love and wisdom. You can act to materialize your highest gifts. They're just above your head in your 8th chakra. Just intend for them to download into this body, this lifetime, this physicality. Make them happen now. Those are your gifts. That's why you're here, to develop them and bring them out for other benefit of others. As long as you have a beneficial, beneficent goal, it's already here. There's no future. You only have the present. So just walk into that vibration of achievement, and Source will reward you. And you will reward all living beings you come in contact with. Remember, you're protected, you're treasured, you're supported. You're in the arms of the divine. Never be afraid. Just step out with confidence and know that whatever your goal is, it's worthy of manifestation. You are unblocked. You are freely flowing. And you're imbued with unconditional love. All right. Let's thank Spirit and Beautiful. All right, everybody. We're back in my garden and everyone's eyes are open again. And you know you can. Just remember, you're like that little engine that it can. Don't just think you can. Know you can. Know you can. Say, I can, I can. It's always in the present. That simple intentionality and its vigorous vibration will carry you past any illusory barriers that you think are in your way. All right, like they say in show business, break a leg. Okay, let's go sing another song, okay? Well, you're in for a real treat. We have a special song from Lois today that I'm really anxious to hear. Okay.
Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is he. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know he watches over me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I sing I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. For his eye is on the sparrow. I know he watches me.
God. Wow. That's amazing. That brought tears to my eyes. Okay, I'll pull myself together. We'll go take some calls. See you over at the little red phone. Hi, this is Deborah. How can I help you?
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
It's so great to connect with you again.
What's your name?
I'm Amber Rose.
Hi, Amber. Where are you?
I'm in Ocean View, Hawaii on the Big Island.
Okay. How can I help you?
Yeah, sorry, I'm still pouring over tears from that beautiful song.
Wasn't that amazing? Me too. I have to like come to earth. I'd actually just talk
yeah,
about
my
it for a
heart
minute. I've actually
soaring.
never heard that song before. Wow.
Oh, really?
No, I
and
haven't.
It just moved me.
Ah,
Gosh.
yeah.
My
Okay.
grandmother used to play that song, and it just connected me with her on the other side. So.
Oh, how lovely. Yeah. Well, tell me, Amber, how can I help you?
Yes. Speaking of my grandmother on the other side, I had a wonderful time catching your Q&A early this week, and even though I had my hand raised, I trusted that if you would come to me, it would happen, and it didn't. And I accidentally came into your life today.
Oh, so here we are.
Intentional.
See? Spirit, that's your
And I'm just
intentionality, Amber.
So grateful.
Yeah.
That topic and everything just really answered so many questions, but what's really sitting on my heart is I know you love animals, and I had the wonderful privilege of being given, my mom passed in 2020, and I did earlier this year your feminine, you did it live again, your feminine goddess activation. And I received an initiation during that, and her dog Angel was somebody I was given the privilege of being with him and pouring my love into him since she passed. And he's been struggling. And I guess my question is, I've been really attached to him, and I've noticed the grief within me shaking up about my mom again, because I've been pouring my love into him that my mom's not here to receive, or even when she was alive wasn't always open to receive. And I'm really I'm from my medical background and the vet, I'm doing things to support him to get through what he's going through. But I wonder if I'm keeping him here. So I guess my question is if you can kind of tune in to that space, and it's kind of a two-part question. Am I keeping him attached here? And if
No.
I am, how can I choose to release him?
No, I'm not sensing that. It feels very healthy. This
good.
feels like
And
a healthy relationship.
Oh, good. Because
Yeah.
I just don't want to put him through extra pain based on that deep attachment.
No,
and then I guess
you're
the
not.
other part is just,
Yeah.
okay, good. And just how can I continue to, I'm really anchoring into my business and shining my light and my gifts. So thank you for that activation, because I really felt that be like
you feel good, Amber.
anchoring in.
Yeah, and your higher energy centers are really pulsating and very alive, your higher chakras.
Oh, good. I've been working so hard
I bet.
to be grounded and open-hearted. So,
Well, it
that
shows.
was really it. I just wanted to make sure I'm not keeping him attached and anchored and ego-holding, and just making sure that I'm being in balance with that. So that just eases my heart to know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you look good to me.
Awesome.
All
so
right.
if you had any other suggestions,
I
I'll
don't.
take them. But if not,
I'm
I
glad
appreciate
you called.
your support.
Glad you called.
Thank you.
All right, you take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Well, she has lovely energy, doesn't she? Hi, this is Deborah. How can I help you?
Hello?
Hi. Hi, what's your name?
Yes, my name is, hello?
Yes, uh-huh.
Hi, Deborah. This is Lynn Holland.
Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Where are you?
I'm in South Boston.
Okay.
I've had the pleasure of talking to you twice within a week, and I've never spoken with you before, so this is awesome.
Where did we meet? Last week on my medical intuition
I was on
seminar?
your medical intuition call. Yeah, I was on your medical intuition call, and I had asked you a question. This question is related to meditation, actually a couple. I took your original, I was like the your first course at Mind Valley for the sutras, and I started meditating, and then I dropped off, had a lot of life challenges, and recently got certified in Qigong, which is helping me. I still have a lot of issues, but I'm struggling with meditation.
Can I encourage you to go back to meditating? It would be so nicely supported by Qigong, by the way. The two would work together very well.
Excellent. So one question I have is, one of the things that Qigong encourages is standing meditation, where you're in a posture.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to do a mantra with the posture, or is it better to do them separately?
No, you need to be seated with your eyes closed for the mantra. Yeah, you can't be physically involved. You actually pretty much leave your body when you're meditating.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you want to be sitting down with your eyes closed, preferably with something warm thrown over you, because your body's temperature will drop.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I have one other question, which is related to meditation also. What about using the Silva Ultra Method Alpha or Theta tapping in the background?
It's probably not a great idea.
Okay. I know your meditation course said keep it silent.
Yeah. You don't want anything. You don't want music or tapping or anything happening. Just you and your higher self. Let the guidance come through. Mm-hmm. Just one other thing. No signal that it's time to stop. You just glance at your watch, and after you've done it for a few weeks, your body will know when 20 minutes has passed, and then you just open your eyes and, move on. Give yourself a minute or so to move from the meditative state back into the waking state. Don't jump up. Just, peek at your watch. Don't set an alarm or some other device that would signal to you. It's too jarring. You go really deep when you meditate with a mantra. You go really deep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The only other question I would have then is, I had done the sutras. Should I get a base then back of meditating before I turn the sutras back on?
My counseling to anybody at the beginning of the year is don't lay too much stuff on yourself at once, because, if we start on a diet and we're going to exercise, pretty soon we're not doing either, right? So I would do a 21-day, get my meditation base really firm, and then look at the sutras.
Okay.
Rather than try to adopt it all at once, which I think would be too much. That's my sense.
Okay.
Okay?
I appreciate that.
I'm so glad that you're fired up and ready to reactivate it. It's waiting for you. It's calling to you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I know that.
Yeah.
So.
And, don't feel remiss. I mean, we've all had this happen where we've slipped off our program and have to, go back. All of us, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's painful because you're getting there, and then
I know.
then things go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
All right.
But
so
I
glad.
just want to thank you
I'm so glad you called.
And I'm glad you took my call. Thank you very much, Deborah.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Hey, before I take another call, I just want to mention that just last week I taught a seminar on medical intuition, and I really encourage you to take a look at it. Maybe the good fairies here can throw it on the screen. It's trying to recall the exact URL. I don't recall it right now, but it'd be good to put it up if we could. It's deborahking.com/medical. I don't want you to think it just came to me out of the sky. Actually, somebody showed it to me on a whiteboard. And I must say that the good fairy around here half the time is Myron, who, as usual, is on roller skates today. That's why you don't see him half the time, is he's roller skating around, covering everything. So go, Myron. Hi, this is Deborah. How can I help you?
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
Hi, this is Carla.
Hi, Carla. Where are you, Carla?
I am in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Okay. Is it snowing there?
It did a couple days ago. Now it's melting.
Okay. How can I help
was
you,
very
Carla?
nice. Yeah, so I have a question about my son. He is 8, but I was wondering if he, by any chance, is still under my field.
What's his name?
His name is Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'm asking is I'm got a little nervous the last few days because even though he's always a little spacey, all of a sudden he's really spacey the last few days. He's
And
been looking around him and he's stuttering a lot.
are you also feeling that way?
I have noticed a little bit, but I felt like maybe it was because of him, because it's taking him a long time to say what he needs to say. And
Yeah,
so
but he's
I'm,
only
of course,
8.
having to be.
Here's the short answer. First of all, you're a wonderful mother. My goodness.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're dedicated, and it just feels like he's still just a little boy. I wouldn't worry about any of this. You're a little bit anxious, and I think he's picking up on that. You know how that anxiety thing kind of spins, and then everybody around us gets kind of anxious.
Oh yeah, he can really read me.
Yeah.
He can really
and
read
vice
me.
versa.
It's just that.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, he feels fine.
No, it's just I was just wondering if since I'm trying to reach sides and things like that, it made me nervous just in case something bad came in to our home.
No. You have no reason to feel that way. You're very spiritually connected and you're very grounded. You're just a little bit anxious right now. I would just kind of ditch the anxiety, maybe meditate or watch a fun little film with him and laugh a bunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah, find something fun that's age appropriate to watch with him, and you guys just have a good, evening.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine, and you too. Yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm so glad you called.
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
You take care. I think we're out of time. Let me look here. Time to go sing our final song. So this became just about my favorite song of the week. I want you to all sing with us. Be sure you're singing along. I know you know this song, Swing Low. I know you know it. We all know it.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
If you get there before I do, coming for to carry me home. Tell all my friends I'm a-coming too, coming for to carry me home.
Swing low,
sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
swing low,
Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
swing low,
Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me, coming for to carry me, coming for to carry me home.
Wow, what fun. Oh my God. Hope you guys have had as good a time as we have. This is just so much fun. So, not next week, but come join us the week after next. That'll be February 1. We'll have, weather permitting, of course, we'll have just an amazing show for you. And I'm so glad that you got to get us to join us this week. Now, that week on February 1, I'll be giving you a personal spiritual plan that'll be pretty amazing. Okay, I'm already working on it. I'm very excited about it. So thank you for joining us, and until I see you again, you take care.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.